The third day of school, Su Yuchen, as usual, got up, washed, and ate breakfast. At 7:30 a.m., Su Yuchen returned to the classroom and sat quietly in her seat. To others, Su Yuchen appeared to be daydreaming, but in reality, she was having a mental conversation with Xiaobai. Su Yuchen asked, "Xiaobai, about that charming physique one-up pointing arrow too. It prompted me to explore it myself, so when will this exploration finally end?" Xiaobai replied, "Host, regarding that question, this system's level is not high enough, so I don't know, either." Su Yuchen thought about it seriously, seemingly not believing Xiaobai's words, and thought of the previous upgrade. She spoke again, "Xiaobai, I don't quite believe what you're saying." Xiaobai changed the subject, saying, "Host, it's 7:50. To avoid disturbing your studies, I'll rest first." Seeing Xiaobai change the subject, Su Yuchen didn't say much, simply pulling her attention back to reality. Liu Ruyan, watching Su Yuchen come to her senses, said, "You look so cute when you're spacing out." Su Yuchen was startled, but quickly recovered, her expression becoming calm. She calmly replied, "It's all right, thank you." Before Liu Ruyan could answer, she heard a disparaging voice from behind. "Such a pretentious act, who knows how much makeup he's wearing." Su Yuchen never imagined she would experience the same treatment as the girls in her past life. Su Yuchen laughed in exasperation, saying, "But my face is natural, unlike some people. No matter how much makeup they wear, they can't cover up the ugliness on their face and in their mind." Su Yuchen quietly waited for that person's reply, but whether it was a breakdown or something else. The person didn't speak again, and Su Yuchen breathed a sigh of relief, but her mind was elsewhere. Sigh, on the internet, some people, seeing someone prettier than themselves, go on a vicious attack. They see someone uglier than themselves and frantically praise their natural good looks, saying they just don't know how to do makeup. I never thought there were people like this in another world. How pathetic. While Su Yuchen was lost in thought, Liu Yunqi pushed open the door and walked to the podium. She said, "Class, we need to get our books now. Does anyone want to help?" Several students stood up. Liu Yunqi looked at them, sighed, and said again, "3 more are needed. I'll just pick randomly." Then Liu Yunqi picked up the name list. A moment later, the books were handed to Su Yuchen. Su Yuchen looked at the new book in her hands, eagerly opened it, and then buried her face in it, inhaling the book's unique scent. "I bet most people have done this." After distributing all the books, Liu Yunqi said, "Now that the new books are all distributed, let's move on to the next step. Next is the class monitor election. Anyone want to volunteer?" After Liu Yunqi finished speaking, the classroom fell silent. Seeing this, Liu Yunqi said, "No one volunteered." Then she continued, "Then I'll just pick someone from the list." Liu Yunqi picked up the list again. Some students in the class were excited, hoping to be class monitor, while others were nervous, not wanting to be chosen. Su Yuchen lowered her head, silently praying, "Please don't choose me. Please don't choose me." Liu Yunqi looked at the name list with some difficulty, then glanced at the students in the class. Seeing Su Yuchen with her head down, she smiled slightly and said, "The one in the second row by the window, stand up." Su Yuchen reluctantly stood up after hearing Liu Yunqi's words. Liu Yunqi then asked, "Su Yuchen, is that right?" Su Yuchen nodded. Liu Yunqi then said, "From today onwards, you are the class monitor." But Su Yuchen didn't want to be the class monitor and wanted to say something. However, Liu Yunqi's eyes were full of rejection. Liu Yunqi continued, "You don't have any objections, do you, Su Yuchen?" Su Yuchen looked into Liu Yunqi's eyes. She could only nod helplessly, thinking to herself, "Sigh, I don't have the right to refuse at all." Liu Yunqi continued, "The class monitor will add me on WeChat later, then create a group chat with them face to face and add me in. All right, you guys can sit quietly in the classroom this morning." Meanwhile, in a residential area near the school, Liu Ruyan and Zhang Ruaoshui were walking. Zhang Ruaoshui looked at Liu Ruyan and said, "What are we doing here?" "Meeting your friends?" Liu Ruyan replied. "I saw online yesterday that someone is renting out rooms here, and I'm thinking of renting a place to stay." Zhang Ruaoshui was a little confused. Renting a place to stay? Then she thought for a moment. She continued, "Ruyan, what brings you here? Do you need to stay for a few days?" Liu Ruyan replied, "Not a few days, but 3 years." Zhang Ruaoshui thought for a moment, then suddenly remembered something and teased, Ruyan, you're renting a place here because of someone, right? At this moment, Liu Ruyan readily admitted, yes, Ruaoshui, you're right. I rented this place because of Su Yuchen. Zhang Ruaoshui didn't say anything, but hurried on her way. Liu Ruyan didn't say anything more either. Liu Ruyan and Zhang Ruaoshui walked into a large hall, where a woman in her 40s was waiting. The woman saw Liu Ruyan and immediately approached, saying, hello, are you two renting this place? Liu Ruyan nodded. The woman said, okay, please come with me to see the room. The three of them then went upstairs to the second floor. The woman led them to the room and showed it around. Liu Ruyan mentally surveyed it. A bedroom, a guest room, a living room, a kitchen, and a bathroom with a shower. Liu Ruyan looked at the woman and asked, how much per month? The woman answered, 1,500 a month, plus a 500 deposit. If that's all right, we can go downstairs and sign the contract right away. Liu Ruyan said, okay. Seeing this, the woman led the two downstairs. Liu Ruyan carefully read the contract and signed her name. They paid the rent and deposit. Liu Ruyan received 3 keys. The woman said, have a pleasant life. Liu Ruyan said, thank you. Then Liu Ruyan and Zhang Ruaoshui left the hall. After walking for a while, Liu Ruyan drove her car home. She looked at Liu Yuyan sitting on the sofa, who in turn looked at Liu Ruyan who had just arrived. Liu Yuyan asked, where did you go? I couldn't find you at all today. Liu Ruyan said, I had more important things to do. Liu Yuyan was intrigued and said, tell me in detail. Liu Ruyan slowly explained everything to Liu Yuyan. After listening to Liu Ruyan's explanation, Liu Yuyan said slowly, if you like that little white-haired guy, spend more time with him and firmly grasp his heart. Time will tell. You know that, Ruyan. Liu Ruyan nodded. Liu Yuyan spoke again. Back when I was pursuing your father. Liu Ruyan listened attentively to her mother's story. But as the story progressed, Liu Ruyan began to feel uneasy. Finally, even someone as composed as Liu Ruyan blushed, and asked doubtfully, Mother, is that really okay? Liu Yuyan confidently replied, it should be okay. Back then, my husband seemed to really enjoy having me treat him that way. The 5th day of school, at 8:30 in the morning, Liu Ruyan got up. While washing up, she muttered to herself, what day is it today? After drying her face with a towel, she turned on her phone. She glanced at the date. A look of shock flashed across her face as she muttered, Friday. Then a smile spread across her face. She muttered to herself, I can go see Xiao Chen today. But then she sighed, muttering to herself, if only I had known it was Friday. I wouldn't have agreed to Chu Wenxuan's request yesterday. I really regret it. Sigh. Yesterday was Thursday. Liu Ruyan glanced at Chu Wenxuan, who was working diligently. Then she asked, are you sure you're okay with this? Chu Wenxuan stopped writing and replied, no problem. Seeing Chu Wenxuan's words, Liu Ruyan nodded and said, work hard. I, Liu Ruyan, will definitely not treat my classmate unfairly. After saying that, Liu Ruyan was about to go to the next place. But Chu Wenxuan stopped her. Liu Ruyan asked, puzzled, what's wrong? Is there something you don't understand? Chu Wenxuan shook his head and said, President Yan, I apologize. I shouldn't have called and bothered you before. Hearing Chu Wenxuan say this, Liu Ruyan said, it's all right. It's enough that you know you were wrong. Chu Wenxuan spoke again. To express my apology, could you please have dinner with me tomorrow? Consider it an apology and farewell. Chu Wenxuan then waited quietly for Liu Ruyan's reply. Liu Ruyan thought seriously for a moment and agreed. Okay, sure. Chu Wenxuan breathed a sigh of relief upon hearing this. He said, Ms. Liu, thank you. Liu Ruyan snapped out of her reverie, checked her phone, and glanced at the time. The time displayed on her phone was 9 o'clock. Liu Ruyan then picked up her phone and called Su Yuchen. Afterward, Liu Ruyan ate a quick breakfast and drove off. Meanwhile, Su Yuchen and a group of classmates were being drilled by their instructors on the playground. Fortunately, it was a cloudy day, so the playground wasn't hot. Soon it was break time. Su Yuchen found a corner to sit in, drinking water and chatting with Xiaobai in her mind. Su Yuchen asked, Xiaobai, is there anything that can enhance my stamina? Mission points are fine too. Xiaobai, hearing Su Yuchen's question, thought seriously for a moment. Host, there is. But it's not available for trade with you at the moment. Su Yuchen was a little confused and asked, "What do you mean by not available for trade at the moment?" Xiao Bai replied, "You'll know when it's possible to trade. I'll remind you. Is that okay?" Hearing Xiao Bai's answer, Su Yuchen could only helplessly say, "I understand." Meanwhile, Liu Yunqi was sitting in her office handling matters when the office door was pushed open. Liu Yunqi looked towards the door and saw Liu Ruyan outside. Liu Yunqi asked Yi Huo de Wen Dao, "Ruyan? Why are you here?" Liu Ruyan looked at Liu Yunqi and began to explain something. The break ended, and Su Yuchen had just stood up when her phone rang. Su Yuchen was puzzled, wondering who would call her at this hour. She opened her phone. There was Liu Yunqi's number. Su Yuchen answered the phone with some confusion, and asked, "Teacher, what can I do for you?" The voice on the other end of the phone said, "Su Yuchen, come to the office, someone wants to see you." Liu Yunqi hung up after speaking. Liu Yunqi looked at Liu Ruyan and said, "I wish you success. Remember to invite me to your wedding." Liu Ruyan nodded. Meanwhile, Su Yuchen found the instructor and, after explaining the situation, went to Liu Yunqi's office. Just as Liu Ruyan and Liu Yunqi were chatting, there was a knock on the door. Su Yuchen opened the door and called out, "Report." Liu Yunqi looked at Su Yuchen and beckoned her over. Su Yuchen looked at Liu Ruyan beside Liu Yunqi, feeling somewhat puzzled, not understanding why Liu Ruyan was there. Liu Yunqi looked at Su Yuchen and said, "Your sister has already asked for leave for you. Are you going back to the dormitory or going out with her?" Su Yuchen thought for a moment and said, "I'll go out with her." But inwardly she thought, going out to play is much better than staying in the dormitory. Liu Yunqi replied, "Okay, I understand." Then Liu Ruyan and Su Yuchen left the office. Walking on campus, Su Yuchen asked, "My sister needed to see me, so she asked Sister Yan to pick me up, right?" Liu Ruyan, somewhat displeased, replied, "No, it's not your sister, it's me." Su Yuchen asked, puzzled, "You?" Liu Ruyan nodded, and said, "What about that thing I mentioned? What have you thought about?" Su Yuchen thought seriously for a moment and quickly understood what Liu Ruyan was referring to. Just as she was about to answer, Liu Ruyan covered her mouth with her index finger. Liu Ruyan smiled slightly and said, "Don't rush to answer that question. Stay with me for a few days and then tell me your answer." Su Yuchen said, "Okay, so what should we do now? We can't just stand here forever." Liu Ruyan thought for a moment, recalling what Liu Union had told her the day before yesterday. She said, "Let's go see a movie first." Su Yuchen said, "Okay." A while later, Su Yuchen looked at the information on the movie ticket. She found it somewhat amusing. A horror movie. But in her heart, she thought, "Isn't this the kind of trick boys used in my past life?" Seeing Su Yuchen staring at the movie ticket, Liu Ruyan said, "If you're scared later, you can come closer to your sister." Su Yuchen replied, "Who's scared is uncertain." Seeing this, Liu Ruyan assumed Su Yuchen was just being stubborn. She smiled and they went inside together. Seeing that Su Yuchen showed no fear whatsoever, Liu Ruyan felt a little disappointed. Time passed quickly, and it was already 5:30 p.m. Su Yuchen, sitting in the car, suddenly spoke, "Liu Ruyan." Liu Ruyan was startled and asked, "What's wrong, Xiaochen?" Su Yuchen replied, "Perhaps we can try." Liu Ruyan said, "Really, Xiaochen?" Su Yuchen nodded. The car stopped at this moment, and Su Yuchen looked at the unfamiliar surroundings. "I have some doubts." Seeing this, Liu Ruyan explained everything to Su Yuchen. She then said, "Xiao Chen, you go sleep in the bedroom. I'll go to the guest room and stay with me for 2 days." Afterwards, Liu Ruyan gave Su Yuchen a key and told her the room number. He began by saying, "Xiao Chen, I have some things to do. Wait for me to come back." Then, after thinking for a moment, he called Zhang Ruaoshui. The 5th day of school, 6 o'clock in the evening. Chu Wenxuan sat in the private room, taking a small bottle from his pocket. Then he opened the beverage bottle next to him. He poured a little white powdery aphrodisiac into the drink. Then he thought for a moment. Still a little uneasy, he poured in quite a bit more. Then he tightened the cap again. He muttered to himself, "No matter what method, as long as I can be by your side, that's enough." At the same time, Liu Ruyan and Zhang Ruaoshui met. Zhang Ruaoshui looked around and asked, "Ms. Yan, are you treating me to dinner tonight?" Seeing Zhang Ruazu's expression, Liu Ruyan said seriously, "Don't be silly, I'll treat you to dinner another time. I need your help with something." Zhang Ruaoshui, seeing Liu Ruyan's serious expression, asked, "What's wrong? Any gossip to share? Tell me." Liu Ruyan explained, "Sigh, remember that guy named Chu Wenchuan who was hired a couple of days ago to handle documents?" Zhang Ruaoshui nodded and said, "I remember him." Liu Ruyan looked at Zhang Ruaoshui and continued, "He was my high school classmate, and one of my suitors. Back then, I focused on my studies, and besides, he wasn't my type. I never paid him any attention. After graduating high school, I stopped studying, but somehow he got my phone number. He'd call and harass me all the time. But yesterday, he told me he'd thought things through and wanted to treat me to a meal. He even talked about the sincerity of his apology and the start of a new life. I didn't think much of it at the time and agreed, but now I regret it." After finishing her gossip, Zhang Ruaoshui asked, "What do you need me to do?" Liu Ruyan replied, "Start timing from when I go in. After 5 minutes, use the excuse of a technical problem at work to get me out." Zhang Ruaoshui nodded and said, "Don't worry, I've got it covered. I guarantee there won't be any surprises." Liu Ruyan nodded and said, "Follow me, and remember the room I'm going into." Chu Wenchuan sat in a chair waiting. The door opened, and Chu Wenchuan stood up, looking at Liu Ruyan, and said, "Ms. Yan, thank you for coming." After saying that, he unscrewed the bottle of drugged drink, took out a glass, and poured it in. After pouring, he pushed the glass towards Liu Ruyan, and said, "Ms. Yan, please have a drink first. The food will be served shortly." Liu Ruyan took a sip. Seeing this, Chu Wenchuan breathed a sigh of relief. He quietly waited for the medicine to take effect. 5 minutes passed quickly. Zhang Ruaoshui pushed open the door. She said, "President Yan, what are you doing eating here? There's a problem with our product. Please come with me." Chu Wenchuan looked at the situation before him. He was stunned for a moment, then reacted. Chu Wenchuan looked at Zhang Ruaoshui and said, "I'm sorry, President Yan and I are eating. The food will be ready soon. Can we talk about that at work?" But at this moment, Liu Ruyan said, "Whether it's a big problem or a small problem, it will have an impact. I'll go back now." Liu Ruyan looked at Chu Wenchuan and said, "Sorry, we can't have dinner today." Liu Ruyan picked up her things and left with Zhang Ruaoshui. Liu Ruyan looked at Zhang Ruaoshui and said, "Thank you so much. I'll treat you to dinner sometime." Zhang Ruaoshui smiled upon hearing this. She said, "Okay, I'll wait for your news." Seeing this, Liu Ruyan said, "I'll drive back first. You should go home early too." Meanwhile, Su Yuchen was updating her novel. She heard a notification sound in her mind. Host stamina +1. It stopped at 5. Before Su Yuchen could speak, Xiaobai spoke first. "Host, consider these 5 attribute points alone. You can pay me back with mission points later. This system senses something big is about to happen today." Su Yuchen, however, ignored Xiaobai's words and said, "Oh dear, Xiaobai, don't be so jumpy. You're really interrupting my novel writing train of thought." 7 o'clock in the evening. Just then, Su Yuchen heard a sound outside the door. After returning to the house, Liu Ruyan first threw her bag on the sofa. The drug took effect. Liu Ruyan felt a little hot, and her longing for Su Yuchen was unusually strong. Liu Ruyan washed her face and turned to walk towards the bedroom. She had completely forgotten what she had said to Su Yuchen. Opening the bedroom door, she looked at Su Yuchen with a shocked expression and said, "Xiaochen, what are you doing in this room?" Su Yuchen was a little confused by the question, and replied, "Didn't you tell me to sleep in the master bedroom?" At this moment, Xiaobai reminded Su Yuchen, "Host, her condition is not right. This system seems to see a red glow in her eyes. This system advises you to run away immediately." Su Yuchen shuffled towards the door little by little. Seeing this, Liu Ruyan closed the door, and then asked, "Where does Xiaochen want to go?" Su Yuchen said, "I'm going to sleep in the guest room." Liu Ruyan was about to say something when the drug's effects intensified. Liu Ruyan decided she couldn't bear it any longer. She then loosened her tie and casually threw it on the floor. Su Yuchen knew something was wrong and tried to run away, but Liu Ruyan grabbed her. Su Yuchen said, Let go. This is only our first day. Are you crazy? Liu Ruyan didn't answer. After locking the door, she silently took off her coat. At this moment, Xiaobai spoke up. Host is amazing. I've already started screen recording. If we sell it, we'll be rich. And this system has automatically activated the level 2 charismatic effect for the host. Su Yuchen was somewhat puzzled, thinking to herself, wasn't it agreed that I would explore on my own? Liu Ruyan took off Su Yuchen's shoes and threw her onto the bed. Then she took off her own shoes. With one hand holding Su Yuchen down, she used the other to remove her armor. Looking at Su Yuchen, who was still resisting, Liu Ruyan remembered what Liu Yuyan had said. Liu Ruyan used her legs to pin Su Yuchen down. Liu Ruyan looked at her underwear and thought of what Liu Yuyan had said again. Liu Ruyan stuffed her underwear into Su Yuchen's mouth. He pressed down on Su Yuchen, whispering in her ear, our business shouldn't disturb the neighbors, okay? 10,000 words omitted. I can't write any more. I feel like the book will be finished if I keep going. 11 p.m. Liu Ruyan was almost fully awake. Looking at the unconscious Su Yuchen, she smiled. She touched Su Yuchen's face and hugged her, and softly said, good night, my little darling. Liu Ruyan also fell soundly asleep. The next day, Saturday, 8 o'clock in the morning, Su Yuchen opened her eyes and turned her head to see Liu Ruyan still asleep beside her. She sighed. She never imagined that she, in this other world, would be someone else's prey. Su Yuchen was about to sit up. Suddenly, she felt aches and pains all over her body. So Su Yuchen didn't get up and remained quietly in bed. At this moment, Su Yuchen heard Xiaobai's voice. Xiaobai jokingly said, host, I've recorded what happened yesterday. We're going to be rich. Su Yuchen said, Xiaobai, aren't you going to explain the effects of that physique? Seeing Su Yuchen's response, Xiaobai had no choice but to explain. Okay, it's just increasing body odor. It doesn't have much of an effect. Su Yuchen didn't reply to Xiaobai's words, and instead turned to observe the room. A tie and 2 pairs of shoes were scattered on the floor, and clothes were strewn about in various places. Su Yuchen looked at the scene before her, then glanced at the sleeping Liu Ruyan. Even the veteran, Su Yuchen, couldn't help but blush. She thought to herself, this Liu Ruyan is really something else. She actually put her underwear in my mouth. Where did she learn all this? While Su Yuchen was lost in thought, Liu Ruyan woke up and opened her eyes. Looking at the dazed Su Yuchen, Liu Ruyan held out her hand and waved it in front of her. Su Yuchen's gaze shifted from the ceiling to Liu Ruyan. Liu Ruyan looked at Su Yuchen and said, good morning, Xiaochen. But in her heart, she thought, strange, didn't mother say that boys usually cry after their first time? And then I have to comfort them? However, what Liu Ruyan didn't know was that she hadn't paid any attention to the crying Su Yuchen last night. Chun only cared about her own pleasure. After the plan was finalized, oh dear, Chu Wenxuan got MVP. Su Yuchen was a complete slacker. Su Yuchen, however, was a little angry and retorted, what's so good about it? It hurts so much. It's all because of you, Liu Ruyan. Hearing Su Yuchen's accusation, Liu Ruyan explained, I was also drugged. It wasn't intentional. I'll take responsibility. Su Yuchen, hearing Liu Ruyan's words, said with some dissatisfaction, what do you mean, I'll take responsibility? Seeing this, Liu Ruyan knew Su Yuchen was angry, so she said, it's my fault. I shouldn't have said that. Xiaochen, don't be angry. I, Liu Ruyan, will definitely take responsibility for you for the rest of my life. Su Yuchen didn't respond to Liu Ruyan's words. Instead, she pulled the blanket over her head, preparing to go back to sleep. Liu Ruyan pulled the blanket off Su Yuchen's head, and said, Xiaochen, sleeping with your head covered isn't good for your brain. Su Yuchen retorted stubbornly, it's none of your business. Liu Ruyan didn't say anything more, but started getting dressed. After getting dressed, she picked up the tie from the floor and skillfully put it on. She went out of the room, bought a chicken from the supermarket, and expertly made chicken soup. Meanwhile, Su Yuchen tried to get up again, but found herself completely weak. At that moment, Xiaobai's voice rang out, host, don't waste your energy. In this world, the man will have a one-day weakness period after his first time. Just lie quietly in bed. Su Yuchen was shocked to hear Xiaobai say this. What? A whole day? I can't do anything for a whole day? Xiaobai replied seriously. Yes, host, unless, Su Yuchen asked impatiently. Unless what? Xiaobai answered. Let the person outside the door help you. Su Yuchen hesitated upon hearing this, thinking carefully. Su Yuchen decisively gave up. If Liu Ruyan went berserk, she would be the one to suffer. Su Yuchen lay quietly in bed, staring blankly at the ceiling, lost in thought. An hour later, Liu Ruyan brought in a pot of chicken soup and quickly placed it on the bedside table. Then she took a bowl and a spoon. Liu Ruyan scooped up a spoonful of chicken soup, poured it into a bowl, and carefully blew on it to make sure it wasn't too hot. She handed the bowl to Su Yuchen and said, Xiao Chen, you worked hard yesterday, have some to nourish yourself. Su Yuchen looked at the goji berries in the bowl, hesitated for a moment, but ultimately drank it. That night at 10 o'clock, Su Yuchen stared at the ceiling, bored, but couldn't fall asleep. At this moment, Liu Ruyan entered the room. After taking off her shoes, she sat on the bed again, and began removing her armor. Seeing this, Su Yuchen felt a little scared, and said, Liu Ruyan, you can't come again. If it's like yesterday, I'll die. Liu Ruyan knew what Su Yuchen was worried about, so she said, Xiao Chen, don't be so scared. I just want to hold you while we sleep today. I won't do anything else, don't worry. Sunday, 8:30 a.m., Su Yuchen woke up, sat up, and murmured to herself. It feels so good to have energy. She looked at Liu Ruyan, who was still sleeping beside her. Su Yuchen stared at her face, thinking to herself. Liu Ruyan is not bad, both in terms of figure and personality. I like her. However, Liu Ruyan is too promiscuous. I'll inevitably be subjected to various forms of exploitation in the future. Su Yuchen sighed. At this moment, Liu Ruyan also woke up and saw Su Yuchen staring at her. She sat up, pressed Su Yuchen against the wall, and cupped Su Yuchen's face in her hands. She said, Have you fallen for me, Liu Ruyan? Su Yuchen looked at Liu Ruyan, who was only wearing underwear, and her face gradually turned red. She wanted to turn her head away from her clothes. But Liu Ruyan used her hands to turn Su Yuchen's head back towards her. He spoke again. Call me, my lady, but in the same tone you use when you call Su Yuyan, sister, and hurry up. Su Yuchen felt a little helpless. But he thought, oh well, she's his wife. He had no choice but to call out, my lady Tilda. Su Yuchen asked again. Are you satisfied now? Liu Ruyan listened to the pleasant voice, but still shook her head, and said, no. Su Yuchen could only speak again. My tilde 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 tilde. Liu Ruyan finally nodded in satisfaction. She released Su Yuchen. Then, Liu Ruyan put on her clothes and said, Xiao Chen, let's go out and play later. Consider today a date. Su Yuchen didn't react immediately. A date? Liu Ruyan seemed a little annoyed by Su Yuchen's somewhat confused attitude and said, What, is there something you want to say? Su Yuchen, hearing Liu Ruyan's words, said, No. Liu Ruyan nodded in satisfaction upon hearing Su Yuchen's response. She left the room, closed the door, and went into the kitchen to make breakfast. At this moment, Su Yuchen heard Xiaobai's voice. Attribute point. Trading is now open to the host. Watching Liu Ruyan leave, Su Yuchen stretched and got up. After getting up, she put on her shoes and washed her face. Soon, Liu Ruyan prepared breakfast, and the two ate quietly. Liu Ruyan then got up, picked up her bag, and took out a gift box about the size of a textbook. Liu Ruyan placed the gift box on the table. Inside the box were items produced by Liu Ruyan's own company. Liu Ruyan confidently said, Xiao Chen, this is for you. Do you like it? Su Yuchen looked at the confident Liu Ruyan with some helplessness and said, are you sure I'll need these things? At this moment, Liu Ruyan was a little confused and said, Xiao Chen, don't you like these things? You're really special. Su Yuchen countered, why should I like these things? Liu Ruyan spoke up. It's a gift for you, just take it. Let's eat first, then we'll go out and play. The two finished breakfast and quickly went out. The two walked in silence, the atmosphere somewhat awkward. Finally, Su Yuchen couldn't stand the awkwardness any longer and asked, Where are we going? Liu Ruyan suddenly countered, What does Xiaochen usually like to do? Su Yuchen thought for a moment and said, does staying home count? Liu Ruyan felt a little strange at Su Yuchen's answer, so she asked, Anything else? Liu Ruyan was thinking to herself. Xiao Chen's behavior is unlike a boy's. She's not afraid of horror movies, doesn't use makeup, and prefers staying home. Su Yuchen replied. She also likes writing novels. After Su Yuchen finished speaking, Liu Ruyan remained calm. Liu Ruyan felt a little awkward, unsure where to take Su Yuchen. Liu Ruyan walked and observed, suddenly spotting a shopping mall and immediately having an idea. Looking at Su Yuchen, she said, Xiao Chen, let's go buy some clothes. Su Yuchen glanced at Liu Ruyan, then said, okay. Then Liu Ruyan pulled Su Yuchen into the mall. As soon as they entered, Liu Ruyan looked at Su Yuchen and said, tell me what you like later, and I'll buy it for you. Hearing Liu Ruyan say this, Su Yuchen replied, I can do it myself. Isn't it a bit inappropriate to spend your money? Liu Ruyan said, you're already mine. What's a little money? Su Yuchen paused for a moment and said, oh, right, then I'll leave it to you. Then, the two walked through the mall, looking at various goods. While Su Yuchen was lost in thought, Liu Ruyan suddenly stopped. Su Yuchen, following behind, bumped into Liu Ruyan. When Su Yuchen looked at Liu Ruyan, she saw Liu Ruyan staring blankly at something. Su Yuchen followed Liu Ruyan's gaze. She saw a onesie pajamas, shaped like a cat. Liu Ruyan pulled Su Yuchen over. The shopkeeper, seeing a customer, went to greet her. Liu Ruyan looked at the shopkeeper, pointed to the pajamas, and asked, how much is this? Seeing this, the shopkeeper said, 70 yuan. Su Yuchen was about to say something when Little White's voice rang in her mind. Host, how do you repay the 25 task points you owe me? Su Yuchen said to Little White. Wait for you to issue the task. Little White then said. The task is that no matter what Liu Ruyan does today, the host cannot object. Upon completion of the task, you will receive 2 task points. Of course, if it's that kind of thing, the host can object. That's it. Little White thought to herself. 1 attribute point originally costs 2 task points, but I'm asking for 5 each. This system is so clever. Liu Ruyan, looking at the dazed Su Yuchen, said, Little Chen, you'll look very cute in this. Let's keep walking. Su Yuchen nodded. The two continued walking, Su Yuchen looking at the various goods. Su Yuchen, having seemingly seen something, quickly averted her gaze. However, Su Yuchen's actions didn't escape Liu Ruyan's notice. Liu Ruyan also looked over. Liu Ruyan glanced at Su Yuchen again, as if remembering something, and whispered in Su Yuchen's ear, next time, you can choose whatever color you want to eat. Hearing Liu Ruyan's words, Su Yuchen whispered back, who taught you such perverted things? Liu Ruyan smiled upon hearing Su Yuchen's words and said, my mother taught me. How about it, do you like it? If you'd like, we can have even more ways to play. Su Yuchen was startled by Liu Ruyan's words and said, can't you learn something serious? In her heart, Su Yuchen thought, holy crap, Liu Ruyan's mother is something else. She teaches everything. Liu Ruyan appeared quite proper on the surface, but what was she really like inside? Liu Ruyan looked at Su Yuchen and asked, so, have you decided what color to choose? Su Yuchen looked at Liu Ruyan and said, Su Yuchen's face grew increasingly red. Time passed quickly, and before they knew it, it was noon. Su Yuchen's stomach rumbled in agreement. Seeing Su Yuchen's expression, Liu Ruyan said, let's find a place to eat first. Su Yuchen nodded in agreement. The two found a nearby restaurant, and as soon as they sat down, a waiter handed Liu Ruyan a menu. Liu Ruyan glanced at the menu, then at Su Yuchen, and casually gave the menu to Su Yuchen. Su Yuchen looked at Liu Ruyan and asked, what do you want to eat? Liu Ruyan calmly replied, whatever you eat, I'll eat. Su Yuchen's eyes quickly scanned the menu. Suddenly, she spotted a familiar dish. Su Yuchen said to the waiter, 2 servings of braised chicken, please. The waiter noted it down and left. A moment later, 2 servings of braised chicken with rice were brought over. Su Yuchen savored the delicious braised chicken. At this moment, Liu Ruyan spoke up. How about we go see a movie this afternoon? Or is there anything you'd like to do? You can tell me. Su Yuchen replied, anything is fine, but I'll go back to school after the movie. Liu Ruyan spoke up. After the movie, go back and spend some more time with me. I'll drive you there later. Su Yuchen thought for a moment and replied, Okay, sure. After lunch, the two watched a movie and went home. At 5:30 p.m., Liu Ruyan dropped Su Yuchen off at the school gate. Liu Ruyan took the gift box she had given Su Yuchen that morning from her car and handed it to him. She said, "Xiao Chen, you're mine. Ignore all the girls on campus who come to you, no matter what they want, understand?" Su Yuchen nodded, indicating he understood. Watching Liu Ruyan drive away, Su Yuchen thought to himself, "This possessiveness, could it be any ridiculously funny emojis for me?" Monday, 6 in the morning. The wake-up call rang precisely on time. Even though Su Yuchen was reluctant, she had no choice but to get up. Su Yuchen glanced at Qin Yan, then at Shen Moxuan. Both of them, like Su Yuchen, were very sleepy. But as usual, they put on their shoes, washed up, ate breakfast, and then went to the classroom. Waiting for today's task. The students in the classroom were chatting animatedly, except it was the boys who were the gossipy ones. Suddenly, the classroom door was pushed open, and the students instantly quieted down, returning to their seats. A drill instructor entered, carrying 2 blankets. Another instructor followed, carrying 2 large mats. After randomly selecting 4 tables and telling the students to move them aside, the second instructor placed the mats on the floor. Then he placed the other mat a short distance away. Su Yuchen knew what was going to happen at a glance. As expected, the first instructor said, "Today's lesson is about dormitory organization. Come over here, everyone, I'll demonstrate. If there's not enough space or you can't see, you can go to the other side." Soon, a group of people surrounded the 2 students. Luckily, the instructor was very attentive, demonstrating and explaining various details. 2 minutes later, a tofu-shaped blanket was neatly placed on the mat. Then the blanket was unfolded, and the demonstration was repeated. 20 minutes later, 4 tables were brought back, and the instructor looked at the students with a serious expression. He explained the placement of other items. After finishing with the items, he glanced at the time on his phone, then looked up again. He said, "A morning should be enough time. I hope your performance isn't too bad. I'll check at 11 o'clock. Those who don't meet the standards won't have a lunch break. Now, go back to your dorms and practice." After speaking, the instructor left without looking back. Su Yuchen also got up and went back to her dormitory. Meanwhile, on the other side, Liu Ruyan pushed open the door to Chu Wenxuan's studio. Chu Wenxuan looked at Liu Ruyan with unusual calm, waiting for her to speak. Liu Ruyan looked at him and said, "You're truly despicable, putting drugs in my drink just to cling to me. But it's a blessing in disguise." A pleased expression then appeared on Liu Ruyan's face. She continued, "I won't hold you responsible. Now pack your things, get out of here and never show your face in front of me again. Your salary will be deposited into your account on the 15th of next month." After hearing Liu Ruyan's words, Chu Wenxuan picked up his things and left. Liu Ruyan's mind drifted back to what happened that night. She muttered to herself, "Xiao Chen, don't make any mistakes at school, or I'll have to give you a good lesson. I wonder when I'll be able to experience that feeling again." Afterwards, Liu Ruyan took over Chu Wenxuan's work, diligently working on it. After returning to her dormitory, Su Yuchen skillfully folded her blanket into a perfect square. After folding the blanket, Su Yuchen sat quietly on her bunk, preparing to update the 26th chapter of her novel. Just as Su Yuchen was engrossed in writing, the dormitory door was pushed open. Su Yuchen looked towards the door and saw an unfamiliar face. Su Yuchen asked Yi Huo de Wen Dao, "Excuse me, are you in the wrong room?" The person looked up at the dormitory number and said, "No, I'm in this dormitory." Su Yuchen seemed to remember something and looked at the last empty bunk in the dormitory. She said, "You're Zhao Shiji?" Zhao Shiji nodded and walked into the dormitory. Su Yuchen looked at Zhao Shiji's height of 1.75 meters and felt a little hurt. She thought to herself, "Sigh, if only I could inherit my pre-transmigration height." Zhao Shiji explained to Su Yuchen as he tidied up, "I had some family matters to attend to at the beginning of the semester, so I couldn't come." Zhao Shiji took a bottle of cola out of his bag and tossed it to Su Yuchen, saying, "What's your name?" Su Yuchen caught the cola and replied, "My surname is Su, and my given name is Yuchen." Zhao Shiji said, "Su Yuchen, that's a nice name. From now on, we're friends. Please take care of me." Su Yuchen replied, "Yes, please take care of me." After tidying up his belongings, Zhao Shiji looked at the other two beds in the dormitory, and then asked, "Where are Su Yuchen and the other two?" Su Yuchen's fingers flew across the keyboard as she typed, without looking up, and said, "They went to buy snacks. They'll be back in a bit." After hearing Su Yuchen's answer, Zhao Shiji didn't ask any more questions, simply sitting quietly on his bunk. He took out his phone, put on his headphones, and started playing games, looking every bit the internet addict. Su Yuchen was also diligently typing. After some time, the dormitory door opened again, and Shen Moxuan and Qin Yan returned with a bag of snacks. Qin Yan, seeing Su Yuchen still typing, said, "Xiao Chen, take a break. We brought your favorite cola." Su Yuchen took a sip of the cola Zhao Shiji had given her. Seeing this, Qin Yan asked, "Xiao Chen, where did you get this cola?" Before Su Yuchen could answer, Zhao Shiji, on the next bed, broke down in his game. He started arguing with his teammates. Zhao Shiji said, "You went so far forward in the bottom lane and got killed, and you blame me for not protecting you as support. Call me Niu Mo, I'm Aminos." After quietly waiting for Zhao Shiji to finish his game, the four of them chatted. Time always flies, and in the blink of an eye, it was 11 o'clock. The four of them were still chatting enthusiastically. Suddenly, the dormitory door opened, and an instructor walked in. After checking everything, he didn't say anything, just nodded, and then left. Qin Yan sighed. "The morning went well, but we have to practice on the field again this afternoon." Then he looked at Su Yuchen and asked, "Xiao Chen, do you have any inside information?" Su Yuchen thought for a moment and said, "I remember the teacher said it would be over next Friday, so let's hang in there a little longer." Hearing Su Yuchen say this, Qin Yan immediately felt much better. The days passed quietly. On a Friday afternoon in the third week, Su Yuchen and the others sat on small stools on the playground. They listened quietly to the school leader's speeches until they ended. "Okay, I admit I don't know what to write anymore, so I'll just gloss over it." Saturday morning. It was 8:30. Su Yuchen was still asleep, as were Shen Moxuan and Qin Yan. Only Zhao Shiji got up. Zhao Shiji looked at the three still sleeping, carefully got dressed. He put on his running shoes, left the dormitory, and gently closed the door. He went out for a run. The three didn't wake up until 9:30 in the morning. Su Yuchen got dressed and quickly washed up. She took out her phone. As usual, she opened Tomato Writer Assistant, looking at the feedback from her readers. But in her heart, she thought, "Sigh, why is it always a punctuation problem in the feedback? Oh well, I'll revise 4 chapters a day. It shouldn't be too much of a problem in a few days. There shouldn't be any major issues." Su Yuchen started her daily writing task again. Just as Su Yuchen was engrossed in writing, a message popped up on her phone. Su Yuchen's train of thought was interrupted, and she opened her WeChat account. She found a friend request. Su Yuchen's face was filled with confusion as she recalled her journey from her time travel to the present. She thought to herself, "Strange, do I know anyone here?" Su Yuchen then looked at the contact's name and accepted. She thought to herself, "I almost forgot. Liu Ruyan and I haven't exchanged contact information yet." After accepting, Su Yuchen returned to Tomato Writer Assistant, and Liu Ruyan called her on video. Su Yuchen immediately declined. She thought to herself, "I'll call back after I finish updating the novel." However, Liu Ruyan was unaware of this. Seeing the call had been hung up, Liu Ruyan had some guesses in her mind, so she called again. Su Yuchen, seeing this, understood that if she didn't answer, her novel wouldn't be finished. Su Yuchen had no choice but to answer. The moment the call connected, Liu Ruyan's voice came from the other end. "Xiao Chen, where are you now?" Su Yuchen replied somewhat puzzled. "I'm sitting in my dorm, what's up?" Liu Ruyan breathed a sigh of relief upon hearing Su Yuchen's words. She continued, "It's good that you're in your dorm. Xiao Chen, have any girls in your class said they like you these past few days at school?" Liu Ruyan waited quietly for Su Yuchen's reply. Su Yuchen thought for a moment and replied, "No, why?" Liu Ruyan felt relieved after hearing Su Yuchen's words. After all, who would want to share their husband with other women? Liu Ruyan began to admonish. "Xiao Chen, if any girl in your class says she likes you, never believe her. Understand? The other girls are all jerks." Su Yuchen couldn't help but laugh after hearing Liu Ruyan's words. Then she asked, "What about you? Do you count? Liu Ruyan explained. Xiao Chen, how could I be the same as them? I'm your girlfriend, your future wife. How could I be the same as them? Su Yuchen said. How can you not be? Aren't you all girls? Liu Ruyan paused for a moment after hearing Su Yuchen's words, then continued. Xiao Chen, you are mine, and only mine. You only need me as your wife. Besides, what other girls have, I, Liu Ruyan, also have. Mine is no less than theirs, and mine is only for you to see. Su Yuchen blushed instantly upon hearing this. Su Yuchen said, I know, please don't say any more. Seeing Su Yuchen's reaction, Liu Ruyan continued, so, Xiaochen, you have to finish university obediently. After you graduate, just come work for me. Then we'll find a good day to get married. After Liu Ruyan finished speaking, she hung up the phone. Su Yuchen continued updating her novel. On the other side, Liu Ruyan looked at the photo on Su Yuchen's WeChat moments. Her thoughts drifted back to her casual chat with Liu Yuyan yesterday. Friday afternoon, 5 o'clock, Liu Yuyan returned home to find Liu Ruyan sitting on the sofa. Seeing that Liu Ruyan was in a bad mood, Liu Yuyan asked, Ruyan, what's wrong? Liu Ruyan looked up at Liu Yuyan and tossed her phone aside. She then said, Mom, why did you make Dad only have you as his wife? Hearing Liu Ruyan's words, Liu Yuyan smiled and said, afraid that little white-haired boy will accept someone else's confession? Liu Ruyan nodded. Due to worldviews, the government allows multiple women to marry one man. I'm adding this here in case someone forgot the setting. Liu Yuyan thought for a moment and said, first, win him over through his stomach. You need to know what that little white-haired boy likes to eat. Second, you need to be firm and clearly tell him that he's not allowed to accept other girls' confessions. Finally, tell him how you'll punish him if he accepts other girls' confessions. Liu Ruyan asked, Mom, what did you say to Dad back then? Liu Yuyan thought for a moment and said, back then, I pinned your father against the wall. Tell him that if he dares to have a second girlfriend, I'll make sure he can't get out of bed. He nodded vigorously after hearing this, repeatedly promising not to. And so, we remain just the two of us. After listening to Liu Yuyan's words, Liu Ruyan asked, Mom, didn't you ever think of buying an iron chain and keeping him at home? Liu Yuyan was startled by Liu Ruyan's words and quickly said, Ruyan, that kind of thinking is unacceptable. Even if the two of you end up together, it's meaningless. All that's left is an empty shell. Liu Ruyan nodded, indicating that she understood. She abandoned her plan to keep Su Yuchen chained up at home. Liu Ruyan pulled her thoughts back. She glanced at her phone. It was exactly 10 a.m. Liu Ruyan put on her shoes and went to the supermarket. Liu Ruyan browsed the shelves, looking at her half-full cart of vegetables and meat. Just as she was about to leave, she spotted chicken on the shelf. Then, Liu Ruyan remembered Su Yuchen eating braised chicken rice that day. She also thought of Liu Yuyan's words. So she reached out and grabbed some chicken, tossing it into her shopping cart. Then she pushed the cart to the checkout. After returning home, Liu Ruyan searched online for a recipe for braised chicken. She watched the tutorials, and carefully followed the steps in the video. 35 minutes later, a pot of braised chicken was ready. Liu Ruyan picked up her chopsticks, took a piece, and tasted it. Liu Ruyan looked at the braised chicken she had made, thinking to herself, although it was her first time, overall it wasn't bad. There's still room for improvement. I had no idea Xiaochen had eaten my braised chicken. What kind of expression will they have? Liu Ruyan ate her braised chicken, but her thoughts had wandered off somewhere else. Sunday, 10 a.m. Su Yuchen woke up, threw back the covers, and quickly got out of bed. After getting up, she washed up. After washing up, Su Yuchen took out her phone from under her pillow. She turned on her phone, ready to complete her daily task. Just as she turned on her mobile data, a notification popped up. The most eye-catching was a message from Liu Ruyan. Su Yuchen clicked on it and read it carefully. After reading it, Su Yuchen was a little puzzled, thinking to herself, when did Liu Ruyan learn to make braised chicken? Is she just trying to find an excuse to trick me into coming over next Saturday? But at this moment, another thought arose. What if Liu Ruyan really can make braised chicken? It would be a pity if I didn't get to eat it. Should I agree? At this moment, Su Yuchen's left and right hemispheres began to fight each other. In the end, Su Yuchen, with a realistic attitude, agreed. Su Yuchen thought to herself. Yes, I just wanted to confirm something, nothing more. Eating is secondary. Su Yuchen replied with her agreement. Meanwhile, Liu Ruyan was watching TV when she heard her phone notification. She picked up her phone. Liu Ruyan felt a little nervous. With a trembling heart, she opened her phone. Seeing that Su Yuchen had agreed, she smiled happily. She then turned off her phone. She murmured to herself, Xiao Chen, you really didn't disappoint me. I'm really liking you more and more. Liu Ruyan continued watching TV. But her eyes were fixed on one spot, clearly lost in thought. Her thoughts had wandered off somewhere else. Meanwhile, Su Yuchen, as usual, was immersed in writing. The quiet environment made Su Yuchen's thoughts even clearer. Time flew by, and it was already 10 p.m. In the entire dormitory, only Zhao Shiji was playing games. The other three lay quietly in bed. Su Yuchen lay in bed, drifting off to sleep amidst her wandering thoughts. Monday, 6:30 a.m. Su Yuchen got up early. She washed up, ate breakfast, and then went back to class. Time passed quickly. It was already 7:40. Liu Yunxi pushed open the door and walked in, carrying a stack of class schedules. Liu Yunxi then called Su Yuchen up. She explained the situation to Su Yuchen. Su Yuchen categorized the class schedules for various majors on the podium. Liu Yunxi glanced at Su Yuchen, then looked at the other students. She said slowly, Students, the 3-week training is over. Classes will resume normally starting today. Each student received a course schedule, clearly listing the courses, classrooms, and times. After distributing them, anyone who lost their schedule could ask me for another one. If they couldn't find the person, they could call me. At this point, Su Yuchen had sorted the course schedules by major. Liu Yunxi nodded in satisfaction upon seeing this, then picked up a stack of schedules, and glanced at them. She said, Medical students, come up. There were few medical students, so the schedules were distributed quickly. Liu Yunxi saw this. She picked up another stack. Things proceeded smoothly. Su Yuchen looked at the timetable, somewhat shocked. Holy crap, 90 minutes a class. A required general education course? What's the first class? Advanced mathematics? Liu Yunxi handed out the timetable and then left. It was exactly 8 o'clock, and the bell rang to signal the start of class. Su Yuchen and her classmates waited quietly for the teacher to enter. At 8:03, the classroom door opened, and the teacher introduced herself. The lecture began, and Su Yuchen listened attentively. Lin Yuyan next to her also listened attentively, occasionally stealing glances at the focused Su Yuchen. 90 minutes felt long, even though the students were listening attentively. But their attention was already starting to wane. The teacher on the platform sighed and said, I'll assign a few practice problems to get you used to things. Time passed slowly. The math teacher glanced at his watch and wrote the daily homework on the blackboard. After finishing, the math teacher put the chalk back in the chalk box and said, Class, I've written the daily homework on the blackboard. Remember to take pictures with your phones. Also, class monitor, please stand up. Su Yuchen obediently stood up. The math teacher looked at Su Yuchen and said, There's no class representative right now. Please collect the homework and hand it to me, class monitor. My office is. At that moment, the bell rang. The math teacher walked out without looking back. Su Yuchen took out her timetable and looked at it. Then she picked up her bag and went to another classroom. After finding the classroom on her timetable, Su Yuchen pushed open the door, randomly found a seat, and sat down. Shortly after Su Yuchen sat down, Lin Yuyan sat down in the seat next to her. Lin Yuyan looked at Su Yuchen and said, Good morning, Su Yuchen. Su Yuchen turned and glanced at Lin Yuyan, saying, Yes, good morning. Lin Yuyan continued. Why did you choose to study medicine, Su Yuchen? Su Yuchen thought for a moment and said, Well, I hope that I could do something for my family or loved ones when they are sick. Hearing this, Lin Yuyan looked at Su Yuchen and said, I wonder which girl will be lucky enough to have such an outstanding student like Su Yuchen. Su Yuchen smiled slightly and replied, I already have a girlfriend. Lin Yuyan was somewhat shocked by Su Yuchen's words. She thought to herself, Looks like I need to hurry. Lin Yuyan calmly asked, Oh, I see. So, how many girlfriends does Su Yuchen have? Su Yuchen asked, somewhat confused. Girlfriend? How many? Lin Yuyan observed Su Yuchen's reaction. She understood something in her mind. Trying to change the subject, Lin Yuyan asked. What do you usually like to eat, Su Yuchen? Su Yuchen replied, braised chicken with rice. Then Lin Yuyan continued. What do you usually like to do, Su Yuchen? Su Yuchen answered without hesitation. Writing novels. Lin Yuyan silently noted this down. Lin Yuyan then continued to probe Su Yuchen for information, until the class bell rang, ending their casual conversation. 10 o'clock at night. After a tiring day, Su Yuchen lay down on her bed and quickly fell asleep. Meanwhile, Lin Yuyan was diligently writing something down with a pen. She murmured to herself, Su Yuchen, you are truly outstanding. Then, Lin Yuyan packed her school bag. After finishing, she went to bed. Amidst various thoughts, she slowly drifted off to sleep. Thursday. Just finished evening self-study. After returning to her dorm, Su Yuchen reviewed the key points the teacher had covered that day. Meanwhile, Lin Yuyan also arrived at her dorm room. Pushing open the door, she saw her friends playing games as usual, but didn't say much. She quietly sat down on her bunk, lost in thought. Just then, someone in the dorm noticed Lin Yuyan's absent-mindedness and asked, Yuyan, want to play games together later? Lin Yuyan snapped out of her reverie and said, let's skip it today, I'm not in a good mood. The person replied, okay, let's play together tomorrow then. Lin Yuyan didn't say anything more, but instead took out paper and a pen and started writing something. After writing for a while, Lin Yuyan looked at it, seemingly dissatisfied. She tore the page from her notebook, shredded it, and threw it into the trash can. Lin Yuyan's unusual behavior unsurprisingly attracted her friends' attention. However, Lin Yuyan didn't notice and continued writing. The person, ignoring the game, quietly walked over. Suddenly, they asked, Yuyan, are you reviewing today's lessons? Lin Yuyan was startled. She quickly covered her face with her hand and said, nothing. Just some trivial things. What do you need? The person asked. Yuyan, what are you writing? Can I see it? Lin Yuyan hesitated and said, really, just some trivial things. Can you not be so curious? Hearing Lin Yuyan's words, the person said, fine, I understand, I won't look. Then the person went back to their bed. A while later, Lin Yuyan finished writing and carefully placed it in an envelope. She put the envelope back in her bag, opened the dormitory door, and left. The other three started chatting after Lin Yuyan left. One of them said, I feel like Yuyan's acting strange today. I have a feeling she's hiding something from us. The other two nodded in agreement. I feel the same way. One of them said, why don't we see what she just wrote? But quickly, another said, that's not a good idea. Hearing this, the first person said, then don't look, she and I will. Finally, the three of them opened their bags, rummaged through them a few times, and found the envelope. Just as they were halfway through reading it, Lin Yuyan pushed open the door. Seeing the three of them on her bed, holding the love letter she had written to Su Yuchen, her face first showed shock, then some embarrassment, and finally some anger. What are you three doing? Give my things back. The person who had the love letter quickly returned it to Lin Yuyan. The scene shifts. Lin Yuyan is now holding the love letter she wrote to Su Yuchen, putting it back in the envelope. Three people are beside Lin Yuyan, coaxing the angry Lin Yuyan. One of them says, Sister Yan, don't be angry. We can help you with some chores tomorrow, okay? After hearing this, Lin Yuyan thinks for a moment and says, okay, it's settled then. Friday afternoon. The last class was in session. Just as get out of class was about to end, Liu Yunxi opened the classroom door and said, Su Yuchen, come out for a moment. After explaining the situation to the teacher, Su Yuchen followed Liu Yunxi out. At that moment, the bell rang to signal the end of get out of class. After hearing the bell, the teacher said, class, that's all for today. See you next week. Oh, by the way, the homework is. After saying that, the teacher picked up her books and left. Students who lived nearby began packing their bags, preparing to go home and enjoy their hard-earned two-day holiday. While some students who spent Saturday and Sunday at school were doing their homework, others were reviewing the material the teacher had taught that day. Lin Yuyan sat in her seat waiting for her roommate. A short while later, Lin Yuyan's roommate returned with a gift box the size of a textbook. He handed it to Lin Yuyan and said, good luck. Indeed, the item in Lin Yuyan's hand was a product from Liu Ruyan's company. Lin Yuyan looked at the gift box in her hand, then seemed to remember something, and said to her roommates, "Our class advisor's office is. You guys wait outside. When a cute little white-haired boy comes out, tell him I'm looking for him. I'll prepare in class first. I'm a little nervous, haha." Meanwhile, Su Yuchen, after finishing helping Liu Ruyan with her work, pushed open the door and went out. As soon as she closed the door, she was surrounded by 3 girls, with the office door right behind her. Su Yuchen looked at the situation before her, somewhat at a loss, and said, "Excuse me, 3 students." One of them said, "You must be Su Yuchen. Lin Yuyan wants to see you about something. She's waiting for you in the classroom." Su Yuchen looked puzzled. "She wants to see me? What does she want? That's strange." The girl said, "All right, we'll go now. You can go by yourself." Su Yuchen walked towards the classroom, wondering why Lin Yuyan had come to see her. Meanwhile, Liu Ruyan at the school gate didn't want to wait any longer. After getting off the bus, she told the gatekeeper. She went inside to find Su Yuchen. Su Yuchen pushed open the classroom door and entered. She had just reached her seat. Looking at Lin Yuyan, she asked, "What do you want to see me about?" Lin Yuyan then took out yesterday's envelope from her bag. She stood up and said nervously, Su Yuchen, you're really outstanding. I like you. Can I be your girlfriend?" After saying this, she placed the envelope containing the love letter in Su Yuchen's hand. Su Yuchen looked at the situation, unsure of what to do. Just then, Xiaobai's voice rang out. "Temporary mission. Put the envelope in your bag, neither accepting nor rejecting Lin Yuyan, until Liu Ruyan arrives. Mission reward. 3 mission points." Lin Yuyan took out the gift box. Looking at Su Yuchen, she said, "Xiaochen, this is for you." Su Yuchen looked at the familiar gift box, feeling a little helpless, thinking, "Why is it this again?" Lin Yuyan looked at Su Yuchen and said, "Su Yuchen, I know things are a bit sudden, so there's no need to rush to answer me. But please give me a definite answer, okay?" Su Yuchen didn't speak, but simply put the envelope in her bag. After putting it in her bag, she glanced at the gift box, then looked at Lin Yuyan and said, "This isn't necessary. I don't usually need it. You can keep it." Just as Lin Yuyan was about to say something, the classroom door opened. Liu Ruyan pushed open the door. Xiaobai's voice rang in Su Yuchen's mind. Task completed. Reward issued. Reward deducted. Currently, there are 20 remaining task points. Please continue your efforts, host. The students' gazes shifted from Su Yuchen and Lin Yuyan to Liu Ruyan. Liu Ruyan ignored everyone in the class and looked at Su Yuchen and Lin Yuyan beside her. She then noticed the gift box in Lin Yuyan's hand. Liu Ruyan glanced at the students in the class and quickly understood what had happened. Liu Ruyan had anticipated this situation. After all, Su Yuchen, with her white hair and small stature, was indeed quite cute. Liu Ruyan said calmly, "Xiao Chen, what are you doing?" Lin Yuyan felt a little uneasy, the atmosphere disrupted by Liu Ruyan's interruption. Lin Yuyan pushed Su Yuchen aside and looked directly at Liu Ruyan, saying, "First, excuse me, you should call him Su Yuchen. Second, judging from your attire, you're not a student of this school. How did you get in? Finally, if you don't have anything important to say, please leave and don't disturb me and Su Yuchen." Liu Ruyan, after hearing these words, laughed in anger. She calmed down and said, "Nice to meet you. My name is Liu Ruyan. First, Su Yuchen is my boyfriend. It's not a problem for me to call him that. Second, what you're holding is a product of my company. Finally, you're chasing after my boyfriend with an item produced by my company, and telling me not to disturb your good time. Is that really okay?" After calming down, Lin Yuyan realized she had been controlled by her emotions. She readily apologized to Liu Ruyan. Lin Yuyan's tone became normal as she said, "Yes, you, Liu Ruyan, are indeed very outstanding. I can't compare to you. However, it's permissible for a boy to marry multiple girls. Therefore, I don't need to ask your opinion. I just need Su Yuchen's consent." After hearing Lin Yuyan's words, Liu Ruyan looked at Su Yuchen. She said in a normal tone, "Xiao Chen, what's your opinion? I want to hear your thoughts on this matter. Whatever you choose, I will respect it." Liu Ruyan stared at Su Yuchen with the eyes of a predator, thinking to herself, "If she really agrees, I'll first find a way to get rid of her, and then I'll make sure you can't get out of bed every day. Then I'll have an excuse to have sex with you later, not bad at all." "Xiao Chen, You'd better think it through. I'm looking forward to your answer. Su Yuchen looked into Liu Ruyan's eyes and remembered the fear of being dominated last time. But she didn't know if Liu Ruyan truly respected her or was being sarcastic. Su Yuchen hesitated, and time passed by. Lin Yuyan noticed Su Yuchen's hesitation and said, Su Yuchen, you don't need to rush to give an answer. I can wait for you. Seeing this, Liu Ruyan took Su Yuchen's hand and walked towards the car outside the school gate. Back in her rented apartment, Su Yuchen locked herself in the guest room. After putting down her school bag, she sat on the bed to rest, her mind replaying everything that had happened that afternoon. Suddenly remembering something, she quickly reached into her backpack. She took out the envelope Lin Yuyan had given her that afternoon. She opened it and looked inside. She mentally commented, Lin Yuyan is definitely something else. If I had met her first, maybe Liu Ruyan wouldn't have stood a chance. However, I've already confirmed my relationship with Liu Ruyan. Adding another one would be clearly disrespectful to her. I'll reject Lin Yuyan when I get back to school. Then, Su Yuchen stuffed the love letter back into the envelope. She casually tossed it onto her bedside table, and mentally called out to Xiaobai. Xiaobai was forcibly activated by headquarters again. Xiaobai noticed the unusual activation time and knew what had happened. It calmly asked, What's wrong, host? Su Yuchen replied upon hearing the voice. Xiaobai, that temporary task is a bit strange. Why was it to put the love letter in my backpack and retrieve it? And there weren't any other options? Upon hearing Su Yuchen's words, Xiaobai replied, well, I don't know either. Seeing this, Su Yuchen said, Xiaobai, since you transmigrated, I feel like you haven't told a single truthful word. Xiaobai explained, Host, I still need you to provide mission points. We need to cooperate and achieve a win-win situation, right? Su Yuchen thought about it and realized there was some truth to it. Su Yuchen could only say, Okay, I believe you. Nothing much to do today. After saying that, Su Yuchen sighed. Su Yuchen put the envelope on the bedside table, took out her phone, and looked at the screenshots in her photo album. Even if she was unwilling, she had no choice but to start doing her homework. After all, whether she did it today or tomorrow, she had to do it. Meanwhile, in the master bedroom, Liu Ruyan was looking at tutorials for various dishes. Scrambled eggs with tomatoes, shredded pork with garlic sauce, kung pao chicken. Liu Ruyan checked the time. Her phone showed 7 p.m. Liu Ruyan immediately sat up in bed, put on her shoes, and went into the kitchen. She was preparing dinner for herself and Su Yuchen. 7:30 p.m. Su Yuchen finished half of her homework. Looking at the other half, she sighed helplessly. She thought to herself, I won't do it today. I'll do it tomorrow. Just then, Su Yuchen's stomach growled. She opened her bedroom door and went to the living room. Looking around and finding nothing to eat, she went back to the kitchen. Liu Ruyan looked at Su Yuchen as she entered and asked, My little darling, are you hungry? Su Yuchen nodded. Liu Ruyan asked again, What do you want to eat? Su Yuchen thought for a moment and said, Oh right, you know how to make braised chicken, right? I want to eat that. Liu Ruyan looked at Su Yuchen and said, Lil Chen, aren't you going to show some sincerity? Su Yuchen was taken aback for a moment, then, as if remembering something, she took 2 steps forward. Su Yuchen gently shook Liu Ruyan's arm with her hand, and said, My lady, I want to eat braised chicken. Just as Su Yuchen expected, this trick worked well on Liu Ruyan. Liu Ruyan looked at Su Yuchen's innocent face and said, All right, little Chen, I understand. You can go out and wait. But in her heart, Liu Ruyan was thinking, which girl could resist Xiao Chen like this? She almost. In the kitchen. It seems pretty good. I'll try it after Xiao Chen makes a mistake. I wonder what it'll be like. Half an hour passed quickly, and Su Yuchen and Liu Ruyan were eating dinner. Liu Ruyan looked at Su Yuchen and asked, How was my cooking? Su Yuchen replied, Delicious, so delicious. A girl like you is really likable. Liu Ruyan smiled upon hearing this, and asked again, What has Xiao Chen been doing in her room since she came back? Su Yuchen said, Doing homework. After hearing Su Yuchen's words, Liu Ruyan asked, Can I see your homework? Su Yuchen readily replied, Go ahead, there's nothing much to see anyway. After hearing Su Yuchen's agreement, Liu Ruyan went into the guest room. The first thing she saw was an envelope on the bedside table.